ask permission?
Did I ask permission to record you?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Oh. There you go. Neither does the CIA. So, I mean, you know.
Well,
Hi.
welcome to day 2, chat for the draft. Now, we've all learned something from the last time. Bandit, your lighting is perfect. Angel, you're absolutely beautiful. You're looking really good this morning.
Yeah.
And I've got this picture changed, so it should come out better when I upload it on YouTube. And I didn't start at the beginning so that we have so much space before we actually start to say something. So that aside, Bandit, time's yours.
Well, that last pick kind of goes with what Veach said 2 or 3 days ago. This draft is just not for next year, it's for the next 3 or 4 years. They're building down the road. Because this guy, according to them, is so green, I mean, it's not even funny.
The guy we just picked?
Yeah.
Yeah, that offensive tackle from TCU.
Yeah. So I'm still, I mean, I won't underestimate them because.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. I'm not second guessing anyone.
I'm just kind of curious why they're not worried about the safeties and the corners.
Well,
boggles the mind.
I agree with you. Where did we pick Fenton last year? I think he was the 6th round.
I don't know, but
yeah, I think he was late.
He was late, and turned out really good.
My question to you guys, and I can't remember, do we have any cornerbacks or safeties that was on the practice squad?
I don't think so.
No.
I can't think
That's
of it.
the only thing I could think of. They were going to grab one of them off. Here, cheers.
Cheers.
Nostrovia.
Well,
no,
you know,
I don't think so. I don't think there's any DBs or safeties on the practice squad.
So picking this guy from TCU, you know, and what you were saying, Bandit, that, you know, Beach is, you know, getting picks for the futures down the road. So is this guy more like a project?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I mean,
look at it. We've got a project already in Allegretti from last year who didn't play a single down.
Well, I'm gonna go back to our very first pick, you know, and I mean, sure, we got a running back, and I think he's gonna be great, but I think we could have got one of those cornerbacks that went, you know, early in the 2nd round.
Mm-hmm. Well, evidently they're not too worried about it. So,
I know that.
They know more than at least I know more than me anyway.
Sure, they know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they leap over everybody that they want to look at.
Well, my point is that last year we got Fenton, who turned out to be really good, really late, and I think Hall is still on the board, isn't he?
I think so. I
so.
haven't heard his name taken off.
There's quite a few still on there. I mean, you know, that they listed earlier. I can't remember who it is now and everything, but yeah, the ones I told you a while ago, they're still on there. Who was that?
Except for Cam. Cam's gone.
Cam left right after I said that.
Yeah, that's your fault.
Yeah, Bryce Hall and Sahedi Charles. I don't know who that is, but those are the 2 names floating on Twitter earlier.
Well, it's like I said, it's still possible to get
Well,
a corner in the late rounds.
well, we only have 2 picks left, so
2 picks in 7 hours. I'm not watching tomorrow.
No. Y'all ain't doing this to me again.
we could talk about tomorrow on Sunday if we get together on Sunday.
Well, there
Okay.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
The most interesting thing I found for this round was the house from Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was the most interesting part of the draft for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, the commissioner's up in his chair. I thought he was going to fall asleep.
He woke up.
He was just chilled the heck out,
Yeah.
laid back.
Yeah. He's got if he really ate all them M&Ms, he's going to have some problems.
But like I said, he was getting really deep in this chair. I was worried we were only going to see his head at the end.
I kept flipping between here and they've been playing the 2014 Division Series with the Royals and Angels. And so I was flipping back and forth on it. And
so this is it for tonight, right?
for what?
The draft for tonight.
Yeah, second and third. Yeah.
Yeah, the second and third. Yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow's
So
fourth and
tomorrow's
fifth.
4, 5, and 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said it takes 7 hours, 6 to 7 hours.
Yeah, that's too long.
Yay.
It rained here all day, RK. What'd it do at your house?
Huh?
It rained here all day. What'd it do at your house?
It's raining. It rained yesterday. It's raining today. The cats are really pissed off.
Not happy campers, are they?
No. They don't like the rain at all. It was interesting. I mean, the draft, they took the guy from Appalachian State. He wasn't even on the board. And, that's kind of the trademark of what Veach and Andy do. They find these players from Bus Stop USA somewhere in the sticks, and they turn out to be okay. So I don't think it's exactly over yet, but I am concerned that we haven't got any secondary players yet.
Was you watching it when you? Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Wasn't that Baltimore Ravens who took that running back from Appalachian State?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they need another running back.
Like us. I mean, we got a boatload of them now.
Yeah, but only one of them's any good.
Is that the one we picked?
Yeah.
I would never have guessed you would have that attitude.
Did you watch the Houston pick?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see him?
Yeah.
What he did? He was mad. I don't know who he was mad at, but he was mad.
Yeah. Well, didn't the guy in the jersey, was that a Chiefs jersey?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't paying attention. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a
the
number
kid that
50.
was sitting on the couch?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No, the guy that was standing up that was going in and out of the frame.
Yeah.
He had a white number 50 jersey on with the red letter and the gold trim. It's like, that looks like a Chiefs jersey.
Maybe that's why he was a little ticked off. Maybe he wanted to come to Kansas City.
I'm still laughing, though, at that Tennessee picture last night with the kids sitting on the pot.
Lord. Oops.
Live TV.
Lord.
Well, it's like you said yesterday, you got to be careful when you're on Zoom.
Yep.
When you stand up to go to the bathroom.
That is right.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure that y'all are, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. My bathroom is off the screen.
I just wanted to make sure everything south is covered here.
Oh,
So,
yes.
somebody made the comment like I did last night after the Raiders picked back to back. They said, look at all them wide receivers. Too bad they ain't got a quarterback to throw to.
What?
There's
Yeah,
truth
oh,
in
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Gonna be interesting. Yeah, I mean, you got to give them some kind of credit. They are trying to keep up.
Oh, it's going to be a tough year for the Chiefs. You know, they're not going to be able to lay down or anything, you know. I mean, they're going to have to go out there and fight every game.
Right.
You know, they're going to have game plans where they're going to be able to, you know, run the ball, smash down football, you know, a lot of play action. But they're also going to have to get the defense built up to where they can catch those high-flying players.
Right. Because that Ruggs is, you know, just about as quick as Tyreek. I mean, sure, he's going to have a learning curve as far as running routes, but still.
I don't think any of the quarterbacks can throw it that I know of, unless it's Deshaun, can throw the ball as far as Mahomes does.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, yeah, I'm not only our division, but Baltimore, you know, they're still going to be
Hey, he is.
KC.
Hey, KC. Welcome.
Just connecting to the audio.
I connected her yesterday, but I can't do it today. It's not there.
You know, I'm Houston and Baltimore are still going to be, you know, they're not going to lay down for us.
You got it.
Did I figure it out finally?
You got it.
Absolutely. Welcome.
I'm sorry I'm late. I was trying to put the kid down for bed.
No apologies needed.
We understand totally. How's your headache?
It's still there, but I'm okay.
It's in bed.
Yes. For sure. Angel, you sleepy? I see you over there yawning.
Yeah. Although after I got off last night, I went to bed, but I couldn't sleep for a couple more hours. I was just like wound up. And then I slept for about 4 hours, and then I woke up and couldn't go back to bed. Or couldn't go back to sleep. I laid in bed, but I couldn't sleep.
Well, you could have went out for your 7-mile run early.
Well, it was raining actually, so I didn't really get to go out today.
Well, it's true.
I don't like to be wet when I'm running or walking, for that matter.
No.
No fun.
There's show Belichick on here. He got his hand on his head like this. He is. Why did I let Brady go?
I'm surprised that he even let them in his kitchen or wherever he was, you know, doing his.
Half the time he wasn't even there.
Right.
No, he had the dog take his place.
Hey, how many Sooners were picked tonight?
I know a couple of them. Let's see, Jalen Hurts and don't tell me. Let me guess.
I can't tell you because I don't know.
No. Well, I know there was another one. I can't remember. I wasn't able to watch it real well tonight because Ashton was just not.
Was he wound up?
He was a lot more than he was last night.
Is it raining in Oklahoma City?
Nope. We were supposed to have rain all day, and we haven't had any.
We did. We had rain all day today.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how many Alabama players were picked?
Well, I think the whole Alabama team went, both offense and defense.
Absolutely. Is there any other university that produces good football players? I don't think so.
LSU.
OU.
Oh, who?
MIZ.
No, that's OS who. That's OS.
MIZ.
Yeah,
MIZ.
Missouri got one in there.
We got one.
Go Mizzou.
And that was really interesting because the guys were talking about him, and then right after they talked to him, he was picked.
Yeah.
But you got to admit, he had more miles on him than an old Ford truck.
Lord.
School to school to school to school.
Well, I think he only went to Texas and then to Mizzou.
Yeah. He was a transfer.
Yeah.
He didn't like the hook 'em horns.
Can't understand that.
Texas had a few players taken today,
Yeah.
but for most part, it was the Alabama LSU show for the first 2 days as far as picks were concerned.
I think both of them came up one player short of the Ohio State record for number of players chosen between first 3 rounds.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think they both had 9.
I didn't see the first part of tonight's draft because I was working my crossword puzzles. I do that every night, kind of wind down. But I guess Jonathan Taylor and J.K. Dobbins went.
Yeah. Yeah, they were real quick. In fact, they were.
And DeAndre Swift, did he go as well?
Yeah, Swift is gone.
Yeah,
Higgins was number 1, Pittman number 2 in the second round, Swift number 3, McKinney number 4, Duger 5, and so far. Jonathan Taylor was 9. He went to Cleveland or Indianapolis maybe.
I find it interesting that Jake Fromm from Georgia is still on the board, quarterback out of Georgia.
Well, there's not that many teams that really need quarterbacks, unless they're going to sit him for a while. And he's a starter. So
Yeah. Well, did you hear what Herb Street said about him? He'd be more like a Chase Daniels in that he'd be a good backup.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Indianapolis has Crybaby now, so.
Who's that? Oh yeah, Rivers, Philip Rivers.
Who's that? Golly.
Yeah, I was thinking about their other quarterback, Jacoby, whatever his name is.
Jones.
Not Jones.
Jones. I don't know. I can't think of his last name.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm just surprised that Jake Fromm's still on there. So he's dropped way down to the 4, 5, 6 slot now, depending if he gets picked tomorrow. But because they showed him and his family, and his dad didn't look too happy.
Well, they said during the draft. They said during the draft, like Bandit said, there's only so and so many slots for quarterbacks in the NFL.
Right.
And these are starter guys. And I mean, look where Brady was picked. He was picked 199. So they've still got a shot, but no matter what happens, they're going to be backups.
Sure. I mean, not every quarterback picked at 199 is going to be a superstar like Brady. He just fell into the right system.
Yeah. But there are still some quality players out there. Like I said, for the secondary for us, Hall is still on the board. He would definitely help us. What Brett does, don't ask me. I don't have a clue.
I'm excited. When I put that emoji up when we picked that TCU guy, I was like, okay, who's this guy?
Huh?
Yeah. And then of course I'm not second guessing anyone. It's just,
No, you're like us. We're not understanding.
Yeah. It is what it is, I guess.
So do y'all like the picks that they chose tonight?
Well, it's just that Bandit said earlier before you came on that, and Veach had said, he's planning for the future. And so this guy is really, really green. So he's going to be more like a project down the road. So who
The
knows?
lineman.
I mean,
The linebacker, I think, is okay.
yeah, the linebacker's fine. But the offensive tackle, he's got a lot of work ahead of him.
He's more of a practice squad player.
Yeah. They could probably send him to that wheel shield school. That's where a lot of these linemen go to get some help.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting. I mean, like I said, tomorrow Chiefs only have 2 picks, but it goes like for 6 or 7 hours, so you won't know. Well, I'm not even sure what time it starts tomorrow, so
Noon
noon
Eastern.
noon tomorrow.
Noon.
Yeah.
So you figured probably around 2:30 you'll probably see the Chiefs' first pick, and then probably around 5 their last pick.
Yeah.
We can wake you up if you want, RK.
Only if you have a death wish. Because that starts at 9 p.m. my time, so that would be around midnight before they even get to the Chiefs.
Yeah, so
So I'm working on sleep deprivation already.
Bandit, you're bad.
Mm-hmm.
I could always fire up the laptop and you could talk to the cats and discuss it with them.
you like talking to my wife.
You do realize that we're recording this.
She don't know. She don't care about football.
Speaking of that, not so much my wife, but I like your post or somebody post. I think it was you, Bandit, about people bitching about our first pick. What the heck?
Yeah.
I mean, Veach and Reed and that whole organization, all the coaches. I mean, how many hours do they put in a day? Dissecting and going over every nook and cranny of these guys' life. I mean, we as fans, we only see what they see on what they do on the field. We don't see their practice habits and all that stuff that goes with it.
Oh, there's some coaches that, not now, but when it's good out there, when we don't have the virus, there's some coaches that sleep at the stadium weeks at a time before the draft.
Right.
They don't go home.
They said here, there.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the scouting department that we have, that they comb the entire country.
Yeah.
They are literally everywhere.
Yeah.
And you don't even hear about them. They're the ones doing all the work per se and giving that information to Veach and Reed.
I saw a video of one of these scout meetings with Veach. You have no idea how much time they filter this thing like through a funnel until it comes out the other side with recommendations for this group, for running backs, for safeties, they have paper stacks that big. It's absolutely amazing.
Right. They're getting paid the big bucks for all this. Kudos to them.
Yep.
But and I thought it was interesting that they asked Patrick who they won, and he said Clyde, and Veach goes, good.
I was gonna bring that up because I had seen some post that he handpicked Patrick.
And I got a question for you, and it may be true, but do you truly believe they would call a quarterback and say who you want us to pick? Or do you want to or do they want to say afterwards, let's do this for showmanship?
That's a good question.
I just can't fathom them, and I ain't got nothing against Patrick, but I just can't fathom a GM and a coach calling a quarterback and say who you want us to pick.
Well, I can see it. I mean, I'm sure Brady's had his input. I'm sure Peyton Manning in his heyday had his input.
Yeah, it could be, but I just, you know, show me.
Those two quarterbacks, present day quarterbacks, I'm sure they had their thumb on a lot of things that, we don't know.
It's good Hollywood. I'm not sure that it really happened, but I think at that point, Veach and Andy were probably set on Clyde anyway. Maybe they did call Patrick and ask him what he thought, but they had already made the decision. I don't think they made the decision based on Patrick's recommendation.
Right.
I mean, you look at the Green Bay situation. Aaron Rodgers had his say so in all their things, and he got Mike McCarthy fired.
Did you hear what Rodgers said before the draft?
No.
Because we haven't picked a top player for quite a while. He goes, when we pick one tonight, I'm going to give him a call. So they asked him if they called the quarterback who's possibly going to replace him.
Yeah, Jordan Love. Yeah. But I guess it was widely documented that Aaron Rodgers, was having a lot of dissent with McCarthy back in his day.
I'm not entirely sure, but like I said this morning when I got up, somewhere I saw he's not really happy now either.
Now, well, it's because he doesn't.
McCarthy?
No.
Or Rodgers.
Aaron,
Rodgers.
Yeah. Well, after he took over for Favre, he had weapons. Now he doesn't have the weapons. So I guess that frustrates him.
Yeah. But it's not the weapons that lost them the NFC Championship game either.
No. They just got destroyed by San Francisco.
They ran all over their defense.
Yep.
Oh. He could turn. What's that guy's name on the State Farm commercial?
Which guy?
The one in khakis.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jake. He could be
Jake,
the new Jake from State Farm.
Yeah. Yeah. Do they ask what you wear?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Khakis and a vest. Lord.
See, wasn't really any other surprises that I could think of, but I mean, pretty much they all went.
Well, I was kind of surprised with the Eagles taking Jalen Hurts.
Well,
I mean, unless they're going to make him, like a receiver or something, but
the Eagles have always had a history of getting a quarterback that's a solid quarterback to back up their solid quarterback.
Yeah,
I mean,
I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, but they did say before the start of this draft that there was 18 players that weren't drafted yesterday that probably any other season would have been first round drafting picks.
Yeah. Like I said, so my two surprises yesterday and today were both Green Bay and Philadelphia taking quarterbacks.
Okay, I think Hurts is probably a project for a year or two down the line for the Eagles. Peterson is a good coach, so he's going to have a really good system coming in there to help him along, just like Patrick did with Andy.
Sure, Peterson is a disciple of Reed.
Exactly.
Oh, there it goes again. The meeting has been upgraded by the host.
Yeah. Thank you for choosing Zoom. This meeting no longer has a time limit.
Yeah, that's what mine says.
I don't see it.
Well, you're the host.
But then again, I don't really care. I did read a couple of days back that Zoom has a lot of financial problems, and what do I know? But I didn't pay for
Well,
anything.
Their stock went up 325% in 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you buy some?
No, I missed it again. Kind of like Amazon.
I would have bought some, but they said they needed more than $1.
Us retirees just don't have that kind of loose cash.
Neither does single moms with 2 kids.
Just pocket change.
Just pocket change.
Honey Badger said next year he's going to have a live podcast during the draft.
Who?
Honey
Honey
Badger.
Badger.
Really?
Isn't he trying to get rid of? Doesn't he want to get rid of the Honey Badger name now?
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, I saw it a few days ago. That he had interview with somebody, and he was talking about getting rid of the Honey Badger moniker.
Mm.
It's hard to get rid of nicknames when they're used to saying them for so long.
Yeah,
Or for fans anyway, I mean.
yeah. I really never, for me personally, I really never called him Honey Badger, even when he was with LSU. To me, he was just Tyrann Mathieu. It's kind of like Stone Cold. To me, the only Stone Cold I really know is Steve Austin.
He even made a comment on one of the Chiefs picks. He said,
Steve Austin.
yeah,
Steve Austin.
yeah. I think it was the dude from, did we pick somebody from LSU? Who did we get from the running back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah, he was saying that was an awesome pick. I think he's from down there, around there somewhere, I think.
Yeah. I think he's on board with the Chiefs, especially after Eric Fisher did that Stone Cold act after Bell scored that touchdown.
I remember that.
Yeah.
But I think Tyrann prefers, you were talking about it, I read something about he prefers the landlord.
Oh, yeah, the new one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
He's
like,
coming to collect his money.
that's him.
Well, he's smart. He plays back there. He's the general back there in the secondary.
Yep. Who's the other cornerback that we have? He's from Texas A&M. Not Fenton. Was that Rashard Fenton? Was he the one that got hurt his rookie year?
Fenton got hurt the last game.
But Fenton is from South Carolina.
Well, who's the guy from Texas A&M quarterback that got hurt? Not this season, but the season past. What is his name?
What, Thornhill?
No, not Thornhill. Thornhill got hurt this
Yeah.
at the end of the season.
Yeah.
But no, this rookie, he was a rookie 2 years ago, and he showed promise, and then he got hurt. And if I could get the name out, you guys know who I would be talking about. But anyway, I'll have to think about it and then text it, not text it, but put it on our chat, daily chat.
Mm.
But he's from Texas A&M. I know that.
West, not West.
Let me ask Google real quick.
Hang on, I can.
Chiefs current cornerbacks.
Here is information from CBS Sports.
Sure.
Let's see.
Who's gonna find it first? Definitely not me.
Well, it would be quarterbacks would be
I don't see him on here.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
got Mattel as safety, Sorensen, Thornhill,
Watts, Amari Watts. Amari Watts,
Texas A&M.
free safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was promised. He had promised, and then he got hurt his rookie year, and he had to play catch up this year, and he didn't really play a whole lot.
Special teams mostly.
Yeah. I mean, these guys, when they get injured, and sets them back, especially when they're rookies.
Yeah. And I really like Watts because Watts has a lot of speed.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting season. I just hope I hope it's played out.
Well, if you look at the draft and what's been drafted until now, I'm not concerned about the NFC at all. But in the AFC, in our division, it's going to be tougher. And I think Baltimore is scarier than it was this past season with their additions.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, and I mean, and Houston also, and and Tennessee also. I mean, although Tennessee was they were 9-7 last year.
Yeah, they had a rough start.
They had a rough start, and they came on strong. So, I mean,
you're gonna have a lot of good teams. I mean, you got Buffalo. Yeah. I mean, they're gonna be good.
Yeah, Buffalo's up and coming.
Browns improving.
Yeah.
They're really,
Oh, screw the Browns.
And you
can't leave anybody out, except maybe Miami.
Pittsburgh, although they had a crappy season this year, but last several years Pittsburgh has started out slow, and then they come on strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have.
Yeah, Baltimore will be tough. Buffalo will be tough.
That AFC East is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because the Dolphins actually, they seem to improve their lot on this draft.
Yeah, and they came on strong at the end of the season. Yeah, you're right.
I think Buffalo dethroned New England.
I think so too, and I think Miami will be right behind them.
Well, they don't even have a quarterback yet, do they?
No.
New England?
Not that I know of.
No. They haven't drafted one yet either.
Mm-mm.
And they had
They just use their backup, whoever he was. Yeah. Didn't they sign somebody that came over from Cincinnati or somebody?
I don't know. I don't follow the Patriots at all. I have no clue.
Not very many people do.
No.
Oh no, that's the Chargers. I'm sorry.
I was about to ask, did the Chargers get a quarterback? I forgot if they drafted one yesterday.
At number 5, they got 7. Hebert out of Oregon.
Oh yeah. I remember now.
Speaking of the Chargers, it's going to be interesting since them and the Rams are sharing the same stadium. Who draws more, the Rams or the Chargers? I think the Rams might sell out, and the Chargers might have half the stadium.
The Chargers.
Did the Giants and the Jets, don't they share a stadium?
They did at one time. I don't know if they still do or not.
Yeah.
I'm glad we don't share a stadium.
Meadowlands, yeah, but I guess that's gone now, right?
Yeah. I don't think they share anymore.
I don't know. Maybe the Chargers should move. How's it sound like with the Carson City Chargers?
I think Carson tried to get the Raiders, and they wouldn't do it.
I know.
Who cares?
Who would want to?
I know the other city that tried to get him was San Antonio.
Really?
Yeah, they were trying to get the Raiders to go to San Antonio.
Yeah.
I think
Texas?
Yeah. I guess
And
San Antonio is the only other big city that doesn't have a football
you
team.
see, when they pictured Gruden's family, his son, well, that dude's on steroids. He got some big arms there. He's a big weightlifter, power weightlifter.
I'm sure
Gruden
he's on
is no small
steroids.
guy.
I mean, I'm sure he's on steroids because genetically, you don't. I mean, it just doesn't happen that way.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got Al Davis' son. That dude is one ugly dude.
Tell us how you really feel.
In the morning.
Well, maybe the Raiders could do this. They could be like the old circuses. Yeah. Every year they wander from town to town to town. Next year they could be the San Antonio Raiders.
And they really have wandered from town to town to town. You know,
They are a
Oakland,
traveling circus. That's funny.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are.
Oakland,
You know
and then-
what's really bad is they finally found a hometown. They closed it up.
Yeah.
Sad but true.
Didn't they go to L.A. at one time?
L.A. Raiders.
Yeah.
Dang.
They were L.A. and then went to Oakland and went back to L.A. and then Oakland sued them, so they went back. Just win, baby. Doesn't matter when, what city.
That's their motto.
Hey, maybe they'll wind up in London.
Wasn't there?
That'd work for me. I wouldn't have to ever watch them.
Wasn't there some? Wasn't there
I
some
wouldn't watch
rumors
them. I
about-
don't care.
Wasn't there a rumors about a couple NFL teams moving across the pond?
Yeah,
Jacksonville's one of them.
yeah.
And
I've
that,
heard
wasn't
that.
the Chargers? Yeah, wasn't the Chargers the other one?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I think so.
at one time.
I think that would be rough for teams to travel across the pond.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be a logistical nightmare.
Yeah. I mean, especially with the what was it, an 8-10 hour difference?
From the East Coast, it's a 6 hour difference. Greenwich Mean Time.
And then what about the West Coast? That's
Well, that'd be
more.
an
Isn't it?
8 hour.
Oh,
that'd
good
be a-
Lord, that's 9 hours.
Yeah. So that would be cray cray. But anyway, well, it's been an interesting draft so far for the Chiefs. You know, like I said, I kind of like the first pick. I mean, he looks like he's going to be a beast, and they say he has great hands coming out of the outfield, coming out of the backfield.
Again, that's what I said. We needed a beast.
You got it, Bandit.
You got it.
Now, if he doesn't pan out, don't blame me.
Oh, definitely. You won't live this down.
Damian, isn't Damian from LSU, or is that Daryl? One of the Williams guys.
I don't know.
I think one of the Williams guys is an LSU guy. I want to say it's Daryl.
I think D-Train was from Utah, I think.
Yeah, he was from Utah.
Let's see. D. Williams, Oklahoma. D. Williams, LSU. Number 31 is from LSU.
Okay, so that's Daryl Williams.
That's Daryl.
And everything. So. But
Well, I may not. I'll say this, and I've written it in the group. I have no problems with the picks that the Chiefs made. I don't understand them, but that doesn't mean that I don't support them.
Exactly. Well, the problem with both Williams is that they haven't stayed healthy, you know, in their 2 years with the Chiefs.
Oh, I understand the running back. I really do. And a linebacker, I understand that we need a linebacker.
Yeah. I was really hoping that it would have been interesting if Queen had fell to number 32. Would they have taken him over the running back?
Yeah. But just
You know
because
what
I don't
surprised me?
understand the moves doesn't mean I don't support them. I don't question them. I just don't understand.
Wasn't any trades at all today.
No, nobody did. No, there was one trade up
They
the
said
Patriots.
yesterday. Veach said that when Green Bay traded up to get the quarterback,
Mhm.
he says his phone went silent. Nobody called because they had to give up so much to get him,
Yeah, I
and they
heard
knew
that.
that. They knew that whoever if they were going to trade somebody, they would have to give up so much,
Yeah,
too much.
Crazy.
I heard that.
All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it a night.
Likewise, and or I guess we can tomorrow when you wake up, we can talk about Sunday. You know, what time we want to meet on Sunday, or get online on Sunday.
Okay,
You know.
Sounds good.
sounds good to
Peace
me.
out.
You all have a good evening.
You
All right,
too.
good night, guys.
Bandit.
Have a good
Good
one.
night. Bye,
Bye.
Good
guys.
night, y'all.